Donald Trump, if you can hear us, please, Donald Trump.
With your back against the wall and nowhere to turn, who do you call in your darkest hour?
Please save me, Donald Trump, please.
This is Winston Dale Cave, better known as the Caveman.
Please save me. Please get these people away from me. In dear God's name, please stop this proof.
Most known for this viral moment praying to Donald Trump while being detained by police in Waxahachie, Texas. But many are unaware of the events that led up to this moment.
Jesus Christ, you mother...
Drugs.
I'm getting a pack of cigarettes and beer on my wife.
Divorce.
Why you following me for? Why you following me for? Why you following me?
Gang stalking. And a harassment campaign that would drive any sane man to lunacy. This is the story of the boss, Winston Dale Cave. Not much is known about the early life of Winston Cave, although his first appearance online would come years before any of the events he is known for today. On December 9th, 2012, a YouTube channel by the name of Peaceful Streets uploaded a video to the platform, which features a then unknown drunk Winston Cave, along with his wife, Shannon Hall.
Take a picture.
I am. I'm recording you right now.
Bump into that car, dude.
I didn't bump into that car. I bumped the bumper.
It seems as though the two individuals involved with the YouTube channel had bumped into another car, which sparked an argument between themselves and Winston. In the description, the uploader claims that following this interaction, Winston's wife had stolen their keys before throwing them in the trash at a nearby club. They then proceeded to dox everyone in his group, referring to Winston as the, quote, idiot guy. Update. None of these criminals have yet stepped forward and apologized for their actions. This video, despite attempting to portray Winston as a degenerate alcoholic, actually shines light on a happier time in his life, when he was in a stable relationship, had friends, and indulged in his vices in a healthy way. This video came and went as Winston and Shannon continued their lives together, raising their family without any major issues. That brings us to May 17th, 2017. A 39-year-old Winston uploads a handful of pictures featuring his custom lifted Ford F-350. The truck featured a sleek matte black finish, paired with high-gloss illusion purple accents on the wheels and trim. Most iconic, however, are the bright purple Joker laugh decals plastered on the side panels, something that is super cool and not gay. What's more is that the truck features bright purple LED lights, 24 separate horns, as well as a pair of Rev 10 speakers, which are typically used on boats. This truck was not meant for just anybody. It was meant for someone who appreciated modesty, had a small desire for attention, and a low propensity to blow all their money financing a tacky truck. As much as I would like to credit Winston as the creator of this beautiful vehicle, that right belongs to a man named CJ, who first debuted the truck in 2015. It wouldn't be until 2 years later that he and Winston finally crossed paths and exchanged the truck for a modest sum of $186,000. It is unlikely Winston was able to pay for this all in one lump sum, and the truck was almost certainly financed. This truck, aptly named Joker 76, or as most call it, the Joker, would ultimately be the catalyst for the perpetual gang stalking and harassment campaign Winston was forced to endure. The Joker is well known within the online custom truck community, and people understandably paid attention to the man who officially claimed it as his own. Winston's first order of business as an internet celebrity was to spread awareness about an unfortunate encounter he had with the police on May 6, 2017 at a music festival in Austin, Texas. Winston took himself and his family to the festival in hopes of simply having a fun night. However, upon arriving to his premium front row seats, he saw a large crowd of partygoers surrounding them. What happened next is uncertain, but whatever transpired resulted in Winston on the floor with a bloody gash on his forehead. According to the Caveman, an unidentified man choked him unconscious 3 or 4 times, and in a desperate attempt to end his suffering, he tried to knock himself out by bashing his head onto the floor, hoping to wake up in a hospital. Despite this unfair beating, police on the scene saw fit to put Winston in handcuffs. He then became parched and requested a glass of water, which the officers refused, forcing him to sit in his handcuffs with a dry mouth. This sick and twisted abuse clearly overstepped a plethora of lines, and Winston used his platform in hopes of shedding light on this injustice. However, some jealous haters have speculated that the reason Winston needed to be handcuffed was due to him acting belligerent after multiple requests to settle down, although it is far more likely that Winston was attacked completely unprompted with no finer nuance. It is possible that if Winston had never posted these videos, his life would be very different. Now that he had exposed his local police department's unsavory behaviors, he began being frequently pulled over under the guise of window tint violations and other bogus vehicle code-related infractions.
All right, hey guys, it's Winston Cave. I just let you know I'm getting pulled over. It's the first time on my truck. Well, now that it's pretty much all street legal, I'm not sure what's up, but...
Winston is currently being pulled over while traveling to the Texas Outlaw Riggs Jeep and Truck meet, which seemed to go off without a hitch. However, Winston would get pulled over once again while leaving the meet that same night.
I'm on my way home right now, and I'm getting pulled over, so not sure what it is for this time. How you doing? No ma'am, is there a reason why I need to step out?
Reasonably apprehensive, Winston refuses to step out of his truck. The officers explain that because of his truck's extremely heightened suspension, they are unable to see into the windows. Understanding this issue, Winston cooperates and gets out of the vehicle. He denies any claims that his truck is not street legal and believes that the police officers pulling him over are messing with him. Despite this petty harassment, the police leave with nothing more than a warning and inform him that his colored undercarriage lights need to be turned off and that his headlights needed to be within the standard issue white to amber gradient. Regardless, 2 days later, on February 5th, Winston was pulled over yet again.
It's March 5th, and I'm getting pulled over. Not sure what for, but...
In the beginning of the video, Winston accidentally claimed that it was the month of March rather than February. Some believe this mix-up is due to the fact that he is retarded, potentially drunk, and on drugs. However, it is far more likely that he simply became confused due to the immense stress he's under. The officer, much like the last, asks Winston to step out of the truck, a request that confuses him. The officer explains that due to the truck's heightened suspension, it makes it difficult for them to ensure their own safety. This is something that Winston had explained to him just days prior, and has already managed to forget. This obviously ridiculous excuse from the officer is not enough for Winston, and he refuses to step out of his truck.
There's actually a case law that says that I can get you out of the vehicle.
Okay, do what you have to do, buddy. My doors are locked, so call your supervisor, because that's what we're doing today.
Winston is issued a citation for his headlights being above the height of 48 inches off the ground. However, he refuses to accept it due to the officer not using a tape measure to confirm the violation.
I don't know how old you are, but you're f***ing with the wrong person. Go get you a tape measure and measure my headlights. When you're going to pull me over for frivolous I'm going to call you out on it. Every one of you rat bastards. Tired of it.
The following morning, Winston is pulled over yet again, this time for allegedly speeding. The corrupt police officer who stopped him is incapable of providing a radar reading to prove that he was indeed speeding, so Winston refuses to sign the citation.
You can't even show me how fast I'm going on a gun. I'm not going to sit here and sign for another ticket that I didn't do.
Okay, well, if you don't sign it, you go to jail, so you either make up your mind.
Call your supervisor.
His frustrations became more and more palpable. It is clear that his local police are intent on destroying his life, and these many stops had nothing to do with his actions. An even more corrupt supervisor showed up, telling Winston he will go to jail if he doesn't sign the citation. Winston then requests the supervisor to call his supervisor, something that he cannot do because he is the supervisor.
This is frivolous bullshit, and I'm not going to put up with it. Call your supervisor.
I am the supervisor.
Well, call your boss.
However, like a beautiful rainbow after a stormy night, a glimmer of hope shined down on Winston in the form of a sweet baby puppy, precious Stony Cave. Emboldened by the protection of his brand new attack dog, Winston begins making the rounds to the various police departments he had encountered in the hopes of ending their harassment campaign.
Anyway, I'm going to go in and try to see if I can talk to the captain here. Again, it's at Marble Falls PD. And I'll let you know what happens.
It seems that Winston was pleased with the outcome of these meetings and now has his sights set on the Lone Star Throwdown, a 3-day event for truckers from all over the state of Texas to show off their big, beautiful trucks. According to the caption of this video, Winston has been making modifications and upgrades to the Joker in hopes of making it even cooler in preparation for the event. As to what these upgrades are is uncertain. However, it appears at a glance he has made modifications to the lights on his truck to comply with vehicle code regulations. Ahead of the big day, Winston showed off the brand new Joker 2.0, accompanied by 2 scantily clad women on either side. These modifications seem to amount to nothing more than a matte black wrap, replacing the iconic Joker laugh decals. Some argue the removal of these decals makes the truck exponentially less gay, while others argue the difference is marginal. As of now, the police have stayed away from Winston for some time, likely planning a new strategy that could push him over the edge. Eventually, that strategy was finalized and put into action.
All right, hey guys, sorry, that's Precious in the background. She's barking, but anyway, it's Winston Cave. I just wanted to record for a minute because I have a hater following me right now out of my own neighborhood. Again, these guys just can't stop harassing me.
Go ahead and step out of the vehicle for me.
No, sir, I'm not going to do that.
Go ahead and step out.
Sir, I'm not going to do that. If you need to call your boss, call your boss.
Go ahead and step out for me.
Negative.
In an effort to troll the police, Winston began blasting the 2017 hit Tunnel Vision by Kodak Black over his unreasonably loud speakers and screaming profanities at them.
I love this. You fucking haters. You can go die. Right now. I'm coming, motherfucker.
Clearly, his effort to troll them was working, and after the police finished running his license, they issue him another citation, which he again refuses to sign. It is worth noting that signing traffic tickets are not an admission of guilt, nor do they bear any weight on if you get the charge or not. That said, it is wise to be as hostile and resistant to the police as possible, so that they might be deterred from continuing to harass you in the future.
If you continue to drive this vehicle, you are subject to more fines.
We'll see about that, son.
Unfortunately, this aggressive attitude seemed to only provoke the police more, with the following video uploaded to Winston's account showing 3 uniformed police officers inside of his bedroom, after it appears a concerned neighbor called to report potential domestic violence.
I'm fucking butt naked right now, and you're in my fucking bedroom. So go f yourself, all 3 of you motherfuckers. You're fucking with the wrong person. F you, dude. I ain't talking no shit to any of you motherfuckers. You can get the fuck out of here too, you motherfucker. Okay. F you. My fucking house, bitches. I don't give a f. Don't small talk with me, you stupid motherfucker. I'm trying to go to bed, bitches.
Issue right now.
My issue right now is you need to get the f out of my bedroom. This is my bedroom, and get the f out of here, dude. You see this? Get the f out! F you. I ain't done shit to nobody. Domestic violence, my fucking ass. Go f yourself. Yeah, put that flashlight so we can't see your bitch ass. Huh? Yeah. No, f you, dude. You're in my fucking bedroom right now, dude. I'm in my bed.
That's fine.
F you. Get out of here. I ain't done shit wrong. Get the f out of here, dude. F you. F you and f you. Get out of my house, bitch. Go f yourself. This is my house, dude. You have no right to be in my house.
Now you're under arrest.
I'm not under arrest, dude. I'm here in my fucking house, dude.
No, you're under arrest for
No, go get your boss, dude. I'm not doing shit, dude. I'm not going anywhere with you. Wait until your boss gets here before you touch me, dude. Because you're fucking with the wrong person, dude. Y'all been fucking with me all night.
We don't have to do that.
Yeah, well, we do.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we
Go ahead,
do.
get out of bed, Winston.
I'm not. I'm naked. I told you that.
I don't care that you're naked.
I do.
Go ahead.
All right. You got it, buddy.
Turn around.
You already fucked up, dude.
Turn around.
You fucked up.
Yes, no, thank you for recording, sir. Make sure you get everything good.
Fucked up. Remember, I'm
You're
crippled.
gonna be tased if you don't bring your hands behind your back. Okay. Winston.
Winston?
Shut the fucking motherfucker! That motherfucker's
Wait. Alright, turn your arm.
You motherfucker!
Winston?
God damn!
Winston, he's trying to make
You
sure.
are f***ing with the wrong motherfucker!
Thankfully, Winston reemerged the following day, revealing he was no longer in police custody. In his first post back, he takes time to disparage his haters and shouts out his wife, Shannon Hall Cave, who he acknowledges is no longer speaking to him.
Hey guys, Winston Cave. I just want to let y'all know, man, I'm out, I'm good, man. They can't hold me down for very long. I don't do anything wrong. I'm just calling the people out that are trying to start shit with me, okay? Love you guys, man. I know you got a lot of haters out there. You'll see who I am soon enough. I just want to give a shout out. I'm here at Spotlight, Cedar Park, Texas. This is where I met the love of my life, Shannon Cave. Shannon Hall Cave. I love you, girl. I'm sorry you don't understand me right now, but you will one day.
Because of the split with his wife, Winston now lives within his Joker truck, as well as a small camper he borrowed from a friend. Winston hit the road again, preparing for the upcoming Lone Star Throwdown event. Of course, whenever the Joker hits the road, jealous police officers will look for any excuse to pull him over.
Hey guys, looks like I'm getting pulled over. I don't know, he's taking his time.
Surprisingly, Winston is relatively calm during this interaction, likely due to his wife temporarily taking custody of his attack dog and leaving him defenseless. Or maybe he was riding the high of the looming Lone Star Throwdown, which he arrived to on the same day. It is here that we get a good look at the upgrades Winston made to the Joker, which amounts to a super sweet paisley wrap. In this video, he officially announces a competition between him and CJ, the original creator of the Joker, who was also at the event and appeared to be unhappy with his upgrades.
Just got called out by Scoop_33, CJ, whatever the hell your name is. So we're going to put our trucks side by side. We're going to see who gets the most likes, his or mine. The loser has to buy the winner dinner and a full tank of gas.
The stakes were high. With the prospect of a delicious dinner and a full tank of gas, it is uncertain if Winston, who is still in debt from financing the Joker, could afford to lose. Unfortunately, the competition could never take place, because while driving around in the area, tragedy struck.
We're at LST. Everybody's messaging me, coming up to me. Man, did you see what happened? Dude, The guy who bought your truck just rolled it.
In a moment, the Joker became a worthless piece of garbage, a far cry from what he used to be. Supposedly, this event was captured on livestream, although any archives have been lost to time. The most agreed upon story is that Winston was speeding, intoxicated, and was clipped by a truck, who underestimated the Joker's speed while pulling out of a parking lot. As a result, the Joker rolled over with Winston, one of his daughters, and precious Stony Cave inside, although thankfully there were no fatalities. However, Winston did severely injure his neck and was taken to the hospital where he had surgery. Although during his recovery, he became restless and fled the hospital, where he was tracked down by police, tackled to the ground, and arrested. Upon returning to Instagram, Winston attempted to fact-check his detractors by posting a toxicology report taken while he was in the hospital, showing that his blood alcohol level, while not 0, was below the legal limit, although this did little to convince his haters. The Joker had been totaled, and its destruction became the most prominent event from the Lone Star Throwdown. As a result, online truck enthusiasts began to flock to Winston's Instagram account, resulting in his name becoming infamous. He began doing daily streams to his growing audience, which could be split into 2 categories. The first are Winston's lovers, who typically show him support through kind messages in chat. Winston will frequently ask his lovers to send him some love, which essentially means sending him money so he can buy beer, cigarettes, and drugs. The other group are his haters, which include viewers who do not send him money on Venmo, viewers who are mean to him in chat, and even local police officers who pull him over for various traffic infractions. For Winston, there are far fewer lovers than there are haters, and even fewer who actually send him enough money for the drugs he deserves. There is only so much one man can take, and so he felt emboldened to clap back at his haters and stand up for himself.
Hey guys, it's Winston. That's right. I said it again, you fucking haters. Anyway, I love you lovers. I even love you fucking haters. You know why? Because you can't with me, you can't touch me, and my balls are bigger than you fucking motherfuckers. I don't know what's going on with Instagram. I'm reaching out to my haters. Yeah, that's right, you motherfucking haters. And I'm reaching out to all my lovers. Their Instagram shut my account down, I guess. I can't go live.
Due to false reports from jealous haters, Winston was no longer able to go live on Instagram, forcing him to use alternative streaming services, such as Periscope and YouTube.
Everybody's trying to tell me to create another Instagram account. I am going to, but I'm not smart enough for that. Yeah, that's right, you haters. I can admit whenever I don't know how to do something, you stupid motherfuckers. That's right, I got balls. I'm going to go live on YouTube. So subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Winston Cave.
Whether through the actions of malicious deep state actors or through the negligence of those observing Winston at the time, many of these streams have not been properly archived. However, it is likely these live streams became increasingly more violent and aggressive, in tandem with his persona on Instagram.
All right, guys. Hey, it's Winston Cave. I'm still here downtown Houston, Texas, at the Greyhound bus station. I was trying to catch a bus to get to Austin, and I was assaulted by one of the security officers here, trying to escort me out. I didn't touch them. I didn't do anything to them to deserve to be hit on. And of course, all the officers that are here said that he merely pushed me, that he didn't hit me. I don't give a f if he pushed me or not. It's assault, and they're not going to do a thing about it. As a matter of fact, they want to do charges on me for being too irate and telling them to go f themselves. They're going to throw charges on me for telling them to go f. So they're saying that it's okay because they have a badge on and a gun on that they can swing and hit people, especially with a broke neck.
Notably, in the caption of this video, Winston calls on United States President Donald J. Trump, as well as his son Donald J. Trump Jr., and requests for their help. Help they, for whatever reason, never provided. With the amount of run-ins with law enforcement that Winston was experiencing, a logical man can only come to one of 2 conclusions. Either Winston is a psychotic, drug-addicted retard who, through unmedicated bipolar disorder and severe manic episodes, frequently engages in life-ruinous behavior, or a far more likely explanation is that Winston Cave is completely normal and is simply mentally deteriorating from the immense stress that comes from being harassed by the police. With his back against the wall, Winston finally snapped, and there is only one thing he could do.
Hey guys, if you're not on my YouTube, you better hurry up and get over there. I'm right here live on my YouTube channel. It's Winston Cave. Got important news. It's live going on right now. I'm at my kids' school. The cops are already on their way. Guys, I'm right here at my kids' school, and calling the police department on. They're actually putting the school in lockdown right now.
just because they wouldn't let my kids come out here.
On March 6th, Winston was arrested after making threats towards his daughter's middle school in Lago Vista, Texas. Still estranged from his wife, who is now in the process of filing for divorce, Winston was not permitted to pick his daughter up from school. When told he couldn't take his children out of the building, he began spewing profanities at the staff. During his diatribe, he revealed that he was on drugs and insinuated he had a gun. Moments before being arrested, Winston posted an update to Instagram.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Winston Cave for all my lovers. Sorry. I'm a little emotional right now. Trying to be cool. Trying to hold it in. I know I'm a grown man. But I'm not afraid to cry. Y'all don't know who I am yet, but y'all gonna know real fast. You put any harm on me or my family, I'm coming for you motherfuckers, and I'm gonna get away with it. You know why? Because that Bible's saving me right now. That's right. Jesus Christ is saving me right now, you motherfucker.
Notably in this clip, we see that Winston now has a brand new truck. As to how he acquired it, however, remains a mystery, considering he was still broke and actively going through a divorce. Following this video, Winston was unfortunately arrested and charged with making terroristic threats and a violation of an emergency protective order that his wife had filed during their divorce. Following this incident, Winston would go quiet on social media. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, without a peep from Winston Cave. That was until May 12th, 2018.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Winston. Hey, I wanted to touch base with you guys. I'm going to be doing a live feed a little later on today. Anyway, I hope to see most of you people there. I've got public apologies I need to make so I can get right with myself.
Winston has been spending the past few months dealing with the legal system, but now he is a free man once again, living at his sister's house while he gets back on his feet.
I came to my sister's house. It's May 12th. I've been home for a couple of days now. I'm about to have a spread. To all you guys out there that are still locked up, man, much love to most of you. And a lot of you guys can rot in hell.
The divorce was now finalized, which means that despite his relationship coming to an end, the courts have allowed Winston time to see his children. Despite the local police brainwashing his family into believing he was crazy, they still love and care for him, particularly his wife, who sent him $20 to buy a pack of cigarettes and beer. Although Winston can't sustain himself on beer and cigarettes alone, he knows that he must create a better life for himself, which is likely why he hopped in his truck and drove 15 hours to Florida to start a new job he was offered over the internet. When he finally made it, he realized there was no job. In reality, the offer he had gotten was just a prank pulled by a jealous hater trying to ruin his life.
Just wanted to reach out to my followers, mainly to my lovers. Made it here to Wildwood, and turns out the job I came chasing for was a big joke. Practical joke somebody wanted to play on me. Pretty much put everything I had into coming down here, trying to start a new life. Really don't know what to say other than I know a lot of people are going to be laughing about this video, getting their kicks off. But I wanted to reach out to my lovers. I need your prayers now more than anything. Truck broke down. I'm pretty much stuck here.
Fortunately, Winston had become quite resilient over the past few months and managed to turn the situation around by attending a nearby truck meet. It was here that Winston once again came across CJ, who obliged him in a UFC-esque face-off photo shoot. Of course, if Winston was enjoying his life, there was sure to be a few dozen police officers nearby, waiting for their chance to ruin his day completely unprovoked.
Cruising with some guys right now. We're about to cruise the strip, and we got pulled over. A lot of Daytona haters out here.
After asking around, Winston managed to find himself work doing home remodeling in St. Petersburg, Florida. With his job came cash, and with cash came aspirations to build himself a brand new truck.
I'm looking for a square body Ford F-350 like this one here.
Although his success in Florida would not last long, as Winston had to go back to Texas and assist his mother, who had been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. Once Winston arrived back home, he went silent on the internet for the next month, likely due to his responsibilities with his mother. When he returned, however, there was a notable shift in the content that Winston uploaded, as a majority of future posts would include this colorful text that is completely legible. Sometimes you just need you time. Hashtag single life. Hashtag not controlled. Hashtag I do what I want. These hashtags may come off as psychotic and delusional, but in reality, they are emblematic of his mental state in the the current moment. He is free, he is not controlled, and he does what he wants. Winston, despite all of his trials and tribulations, is no longer burdened by the past police harassment and his bitch ex-wife. This is best exemplified in this video of him partying to the smash hit song Mo Bamba by Sheck Wes. The caption for this Instagram post allows Winston a platform to speak his mind on the state of the world and the way his life is going at the time. Wow, still going and lit AF. Hashtag I have to work and demoning. Hashtag old what's hit, just call him Big Daddy. Damn, that's got a great sound to it. Read it again. It says just call him Big Daddy. For the record, I get paid to sell, not spell. So it is what it is. I'm always hiring. Just let me know what you can do and what you want. I'll be straight up. I just want to make money. Hit me up. I truest love you all. Holla at me. I love to talk, and I love you. Up to this point, it has been months since Winston has faced any issues with the police, and it seems that for the first time all year, he was truly happy again. This, of course, was unacceptable in the eyes of local law enforcement, which brings us to a fateful day, September 9th, 2019, in Waxahachie, Texas.
Yes, sir.
Stop is your kayak. Back.
Oh shit, what's wrong with
More than 3 feet retrieving from the vehicle, you gotta have a flag on. Will you step out for me?
No, sir.
Say again?
No, sir.
No, you won't?
No, sir.
Well, yeah, you will. Step out. Step out or I'll break.
See what I'm saying?
Winston is known to not be fond of cooperating with police, but knowing that he had multiple warrants for his arrest did not make him any more interested in the prospect.
Sir, you're gonna have to get a warrant. I know my laws. You're gonna have to get a warrant, sir. This is for all of y'all. They can't tell me to get out of my vehicle. It's not considered my homestead. It's considered something different. But I'm doing nothing wrong. If they shoot me, it's because everything that's going on. It's because I'm an honest man. I love you all. My hands are up in the air. I'm not doing anything. Please just pray for me. Please, somebody tag in Donald Trump. Donald Trump, if you can hear us, please, Donald Trump, please save me. Please save me, Donald Trump. Please. I'm asking you. Please save me. Please get these people away from me. In dear God's name, please stop these beautiful people. They're breaking. I'm not doing anything, sir. I'm a believer in the Lord. I'm the Lord's child. I promise you.
Give me your hand.
I promise you, I'm not trying to resist. Okay, but
Lovers of Winston do everything they can to reach Donald Trump. Although due to his lack of response, it is assumed that the 45th president of the United States never received his message. Donald Trump's failure to save Winston only fueled his ever-growing mental regression, something that had, up until this point, not caused him any issues. After spending some time dealing with his warrants and court cases, he is free to roam the streets once again. The system could not hold him down forever. Just a few weeks later, on September 23rd, Winston's livestream begins with him questioning patrons outside of a local gay bar, where he offers to, quote, have a fun time with them, funded by the donations of one of his lovers, who had supposedly sent him $2,000 on Venmo.
I'm going to the strip joint right now. I'm going to pick up $2,000 that one of my followers are giving me, and I'd love to share it with you gay people out of my love and respect. But I'm about to do the biggest burnout. I'm gonna smoke this whole block up because my bitch haters are with me.
Winston then does a sick burnout in the parking lot of the gay bar, before proclaiming himself the caveman, flipping off the camera and saying the N-word.
Boss, motherfucking neck.
Winston then begins mimicking the act of putting a penis in his mouth, and once again flips off the camera. The majority of this stream features Winston doing both of these actions, typically in quick succession of each other. Realizing that he may be scaring off any potential female companions with his behavior, Winston takes a moment to make a case for himself and explain why he is the way he is.
Ladies, don't let me scare you off. Yeah, I have anger and I suffer from PTSD, but it's only because I love pussy.
Winston then makes his way to the post office, in anticipation of a big package being delivered, although he seems to have forgotten his P.O. box number, making it all but impossible for the staff to help him.
I don't have a whole lot of time this morning, and I don't have very good patience. I'm having a really bad morning, and I try to take it out on anybody. No, sir, I said I want somebody that can help me and not play games. Don't get twisted. There's no kids in here. But you see what I mean? Tell him to step the off if you can help me, please.
Okay, so...
Ma'am, are you the boss? I asked for a boss. God, fuck y'all.
After calmly articulating his frustrations,
I'm crazy. I respectfully ask for a
Winston went back into his truck, where he entered a catatonic state with a cross pendant in his mouth. He then began simulating the act of performing fellatio on a man, before stopping himself, claiming he loves female genitalia, and aggressively flicking his tongue at the camera. He then expresses his frustration towards his lovers, who are the antithesis to his exponentially larger group of haters.
All my lovers ain't got a fucking thing to give. Please don't fucking Venmo me $1, okay? No disrespect, but I can't do shit with $1.
Winston begins to blast the song Lucid Dreams by Juice WRLD over his truck speakers, before turning down the music and claiming that the song had been personally written for him.
Man, why does every song, I swear to you, man, these artists fucking wrote this shit for me. It's God telling them the fucking words because they're the artists. Thank you, I love your music. It sucks that I have to sit here and say that's my life.
Believing that songs are written for him and believing that God is directly trying to communicate with him are key signs of a manic episode, although it's worth clarifying that this is very unlikely, with the idea of Juice WRLD personally writing a song for him being exponentially more likely. Eventually, Winston's haters called the police on him, who began harassing him for no reason.
Respectfully, I'm a boss too, okay? So let's don't get it twisted.
Okay, so the reason we're here is because we got a call saying that you had just assaulted somebody. I'm going to ask you, what's going on?
I got people.
Why would you be so scared?
I got people trying to kill me.
Supposedly, Winston had been accused of assaulting a woman.
This chicken is cold.
If it did happen, it seems to not have been live streamed. Winston quickly became irritated at the questions of the police officers and began demanding his license back. Despite being not permitted to leave, Winston drives off anyways, flipping off the investigating officers in the process.
Cops.
Of course, the police began pursuit, forcing Winston to once again pull over. Still traumatized from the events a few weeks prior, Winston once again requests that people begin tagging Donald Trump in the hope of being rescued.
Tag Donald Trump on here.
As the police began requesting his information, Winston burst into tears and demands that the police officers save him from his haters.
Man, they're killing me right now. I'm a lordly man, and all I'm asking is for protection. And if I can't get it from you, I want it from Donald Trump.
Okay, what's that?
If I can't get it from you, I want it from Donald Trump.
Winston explains that he is incapable of defending himself after his ex-wife stole his fully loaded handgun from the truck's glove compartment while it was impounded during his arrest. For some reason, his ex-wife believed that Winston could not handle the responsibility of possessing a firearm, something that is obviously not the case. Winston then tries to convince the officer that he is not crazy by telling him that, despite being homeless, he owns 26 businesses, a very convincing sign of mental fortitude.
I got 26 businesses, bro. Okay. I haven't had the money because my wife took it off from me. So I love you.
You're fine.
Winston then gets aggravated at a second officer on the scene, who he begins screaming at.
Fucking sucker.
Reminding him that he is a, quote, boss, before flipping a double-barrel middle finger salute at the officer. The cops, realizing they had been outsmarted and could not break Winston's spirit or mental sanity, opted to let him go. The caveman then drove away and indulged in a celebratory cigarette to unwind. Later that day, Winston went live once again, now ranting about his lovers checking in on him, calmly explaining that he would prefer if they just sent him money instead.
Why you gonna text me and say, hey, how you doing? Really? Why don't you text me and say, here's some money, bro? I see how you're doing. You got some money you can afford? Throw that shit on my Venmo.
Winston then desperately cries out, asking for love from both the lovers and the haters.
Lovers and haters! You show me some love, bitches. I want to have fun. You all.
To be clear, when Winston is asking for love, he is really asking for money to buy drugs, something that he desperately needs in order to stay sane during these trying times. Moments later, Winston found himself once again being pulled over by the police. Of course, Winston was not interested in dealing with them, and he leaves the scene a short while later.
I'm respectful, and I'm a boss.
After a tumultuous day, like the one he just had, Winston needed something to calm him down, and so he met up with a drug dealer to purchase drugs while live on Instagram.
Hold on, don't say anything, okay? You can come on in, yeah, and there's a cup right here, bro. You're helping me out, man. God loves you. God loves you. He knows you're taking care of an honest man right here that's been and all he wants to do is get high and have fun.
Winston, now with a stash of bottom-shelf Reggie, capped off his day on a high note. Although run-ins with the law at this point for Winston are inevitable. There is no archive footage of the event, but it is known that Winston was arrested a few days later and charged with assault and criminal mischief. Winston was freed sometime in late October, but this time he was not able to maintain ownership of his truck, forcing him to live on the streets with a bicycle that he likely stole.
I'm gonna stay here until I get my fucking money back and my shit. Everything I fucking owned, dude. The only thing I fucking owned was my bike and my clothes. Like 2 set, dude, a fucking pair of shorts and a t-shirt.
The first thing he did upon release was go to a nearby gas station and begin screaming at the cashier, who became frightened and threatened to call his biggest haters of all, the police.
No, I asked you for the manager's name.
I say go.
Well, I need the manager's name.
I say go, okay.
And as soon as I get the manager...
They say go. Police, listen right now.
Okay,
I talking nice to you.
Good.
I say, I know when you drone right now.
No, I'm not.
Understandably, Winston's first order of business as a homeless man was to get a gun, which he desperately needed to defend himself from the police, as well as various cashiers who didn't want him loitering in their business. He met up with a young man named Frank in his hotel room, who had a gun he was willing to sell to Winston. Although his $200 asking price was too steep, Winston counteroffered to buy the gun for $50, which Frank refused. So the caveman offered a compromise and asked how much to rent the gun for the night. But Frank rejected this offer, saying that he needed to temporarily loan the gun to his drug dealer to use as collateral on a down payment for a quarter pound of meth. This revelation was unsatisfactory for Winston, who desperately needed the gun for protection. So he simply stole the gun from Frank, who was easily manipulated due to being high on Delta 8 cigarettes.
Okay. You don't need to get this gun back to him. Tell him you got robbed. Tell him you got robbed on the way here. Well, you better, if you want to save your life, you better come up with some stories. I'm not going to give you the gun back so you can give it to your drug dealer. That's just loading him out there to rob me. And setting yourself up so you can go to prison for some stupid shit. Listen, you're high on dope right now, and you don't understand, and you can't concentrate, okay? I'm not trying to argue. No, I'm trying to help you.
Owning a gun put Winston at a strong advantage amongst the local homeless population. Without a job, home, or car, he now spent most of his days roaming the streets while live on Instagram, where he would ask viewers for money. With donations from his lovers, Winston was able to purchase himself food, cigarettes, and a delicious bottle of Mountain Dew. Occasionally, he was even able to get himself a hotel room for the night, where he could shower and get a good night's rest. Winston had truly learned how to survive in his new environment, showing his viewers the best place to purchase drugs in the area.
Here's kind of a hot spot right here for their area over here. If you ever need anything, you just go right behind that dumpster. They'll help you out.
You have received a new WhatsApp message.
Much like the animal kingdom, great showings of power are necessary to survive on the streets. This is why Winston constantly found himself in rap battles with various homeless people in the hopes of boosting his street cred and surviving the night.
Oh, cool. I don't play no game. Nigga ain't a fool. Behind me to get that too.
Let's do it like this.
They're gonna clip. Every time I show that nigga off the rip. Them boys mad at him, but nigga, I don't trip. These niggas don't watch everything or pay attention.
Winston has become well known within the homeless community, bringing him more lovers and haters alike within his daily life. One of these haters was a shirtless black man whom Winston decided to pick a fight with, knocking over his large orange soda in the process.
Where's my bike? Get him, Winston. Let's go. Get him, Winston. Get him, Winston.
It is unknown what this homeless man said or did to Winston to make him this angry, but knowing Winston, he likely wouldn't do something like this without a good reason. Judging by the remarks Winston made during the fight, he seems to be inquiring about a bike that he no longer knows the whereabouts of, implying the black man may have stolen the bike from his possession. Some have speculated that Winston accused him of this crime solely based on his race, while others assume it is simply because Winston is on drugs. Winston continued to chase the man into oncoming traffic until he finally got away, at which point Winston reminds him whose corner this belongs to.
You punked him, Winnie. You're the boss.
My corner, bitch!
It seems that a nearby hater witnessed the event and called the police on Winston. He was quickly put into handcuffs and questioned by the police, although he was free to go after they spoke to him and realized he had done nothing wrong. Due to the live stream nature of his content, many events involving Winston over the next year are uncertain. What is certain is that Winston remained homeless, riding his bike around different parts of Texas, asking for money on live stream, and getting questioned by the police. Activity ceased altogether towards the end of 2020, with his final 2 posts on Instagram expressing his frustrations at the result of the presidential presidential election, in which former Vice President Joe Biden beat out incumbent President Donald Trump. His final post on December 30th of that year implied support for a prospective insurrection to circumvent the certification of the vote and prevent Joe Biden's presidency. 7 days after this post, the Capitol building was stormed by aggravated protesters, under the belief that the election was stolen from Donald Trump. These circumstances have led some to believe that Winston Cave was behind the operation, or at the very least was an active member of the protests. This would also explain why, for the next 2 years, there was no online activity from Winston, as he was potentially being held as a political prisoner for his role in the insurrection. The Caveman would officially make his return on February 23, 2022, where he offers a much more sober perspective on the events of his life since his purchasing of the Joker truck.
At this point, I just wanted to kind of jump on here for a minute and just to let y'all know that I'm okay. I'm in a better spot right now, mentally, spiritually, and there's nothing that can break that. I mean, there's going to be evil come along, and I'm going to have to learn to recognize it. I'm going to have to learn to shake it off. But I'm not going to learn. I have learned that I'm not.
Despite persistent efforts on behalf of various police departments across the state of Texas and Florida, Winston Cave remains unbroken in both spirit and mind. The local police needed to up the ante, and thus began enlisting the services of sleeper cell agents and gang stalkers to follow Winston's every move.
They got a name for it. Gang watchers or whatever. Yeah, dude. They all intercollect. They do all this shit. I had one car follow you for about a mile or two. They'll turn off. As soon as another car gets behind them, they'll turn off. I mean, it's like boom, as soon as he gets behind them, boom, they turn off. It's like, wow, it's magical how they do it. It's like they hit bumpers and the other one just turns off,
Fortunately, Winston was extremely attentive to his surroundings and was able to pick up on the gang stalking relatively early on. It also appears haters within the government had implanted a chip into his brain while he was locked up, which reads his thoughts and allows them to cosmically offer him free cigarettes.
Man, I really wish I had a cigarette. By the time I got to the edge of that corner, there was 2 cigarettes lit. Or no, one was lit. There's 3 cigarettes and they're shaped in a pyramid. Oh man, that means Illuminati. Yeah, I was kind of freaked out about it too. Now I don't know if I did that with my own ability, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, it'd be really quick if somebody else did that, but there's other people in my head too, so.
No amount of government-subsidized loose cigarettes could sustain Winston, however, who continued to offer his services in roofing and home remodeling. Now living in a brand new truck, Winston was strapped for cash and was looking for an opportunity to get back on his feet, for good this time. This also meant he was looking for a new wife, to fill the void Shannon Hall left in his heart, particularly in the form of a high-society socialite-esque figure, to help him acquire various other women to sleep with.
I plan on planting my seed. I'm gonna build my family again. Take that ass. I love children.
Unfortunately, the gang stalking campaign was growing each day, and Winston was beginning to notice it meant a whole lot more than free cigarettes outside of the gas station. It meant non-stop torment.
Are y'all following me? Any of y'all? Are y'all following me? Y'all better not be following me, dude. I'm telling you. If motherfucker follow me, if I can't see you, y'all follow me, I'll shoot right between the f***ing eyes, dude. Don't follow me, man. I ain't playing no games. I love y'all, man. I come with nothing but love and respect. These motherfuckers won't even let me get in the shower, man. Thank you, man. I love y'all, man. I'm serious. I got heart. Nothing but heart. I'm the love god. They know it. That's why they're playing the game.
Winston was able to keep them away with verbal warnings alone for some time, but eventually, as the gang stalking got worse and worse, he needed to take drastic measures to protect himself.
Why are you following me for? Why are you following me for? Why are you following me for?
Yeah.
Why? Why are you following me? Why are you following me for? Yeah, you've been following me all the way from Florida. No. Yeah, you have. Same car's been following me for 3 days. No. Don't be lying to me. I see you one more time, put your bullet right in the head. You hear me? I'm a real one. Remember that. Why don't you just tell me why you follow me? That car's following me too. There's 10 of y'all. 10 of y'all. Don't be following me, man. If I see you following me again, I'm going to shoot you right between the eyes. You know why? I'm your Lord and Savior. And you ain't going to last long. I'm just playing it. You understand that? I don't want to be like that, but it's going to happen. Y'all keep with me. Just tell me what the f*** going on. That's all I ask. What's going on? Why y'all following me for? You're full of shit. Like this one right here? Hey, why you following me for? Y'all sit here and want to pretend like this stuff's in my head? Hell no. And I'm only doing it on live so I can have some evidence.
It is uncertain how Winston was able to obtain a firearm due to his multiple arrests and lack of cash. However, it's likely he simply stole it from someone, much like he did the last gun. Winston successfully protected himself from this sick, twisted, and deranged freak who has been stalking him non-stop. But in doing so, he gave the feds exactly what they wanted. One day later, on March 14th in Little Rock, Arkansas, Winston was at a nearby gas station, sitting in his truck and trying to unwind. That's when a SWAT team surrounded him. The live stream cuts off before we're able to see any arrest, but it wasn't looking good for the caveman. Like a semi-truck crashing into a beautiful Ford F-350, this is when bad news hit the Winston Cave fandom. Winston had been arrested for simultaneous possession of drugs and firearms, obstructing government operation, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of a Schedule 6 controlled substance, possession of at least 2 grams of meth, and possession of a firearm. After a swift trial, Winston Cave pled guilty and was sentenced to 40 months in prison, with 3 years of supervised release, which was scheduled in January 2025.
What's up, guys? It's Winston Cave for all my lovers. Winston Cave for all my haters. Just want to give y'all an update. I got released from prison January 13th, and you have to first accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. Unfortunately, that's the way to the Lord. That doesn't mean you're talking to Jesus unless you're like me and you believe that God was Jesus in a human.
Winston was back, a changed man. Throughout his trials and tribulations, the Lord never abandoned him. And as a result, he kept his joy intact. In one of his first videos back, Winston shows support for the LGBTQ community.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? He's and hers, thems and days. I don't even know the pronouns. Got a funny story for y'all, though. When I was in prison, that's whenever all the pronouns and stuff came about. And it's crazy because I never, whatever your sexuality is your sexuality, you know what I mean? And I know the Bible says one thing, but I'm not one to judge, And matter of fact, I want to love everybody. So let's just get that out there.
Winston also documented his anger issues and how he was learning to overcome them.
My Venmo got shut down. I guess too much activity within 24 hours, which seems like every time I try to do something, it's like a door just keeps closing. I used to get real angry about it and things like that, and now I just kind of look up and like, God, you trying to talk to me? Really, I guess I just wanted to share this with y'all because today is really the first day that I really wasn't getting mad about it. I was like, okay, you're just trying to teach me patience. You're trying to teach me patience, When you hold on to anger, resentment, and hurt, you're never going to be a better person.
After a brief spurt of uploads in January and February, Winston has since gone dark on social media. As of the writing of this video, Winston has not made an online appearance in over 28 weeks, and it is uncertain where he is or what he's doing. The story of Winston Cave goes much deeper than many online spectators realize. Remembered for his viral moment begging for Donald Trump's help, many are ignorant to the circumstances that drove Winston to this point, who without the proper context would look like an insane maniac. It is unknown if the gang stalkers and various haters have finally left him alone, or if Winston will ever even be seen again. What is certain is that deep inside us all, there is a caveman waiting to break free, and when it does, the police will be waiting to ruin your day, just like they did for Winston Dale Cave.
Well, has he made it? Is he going to make it this time? Is he going to revert back to drugs? Is he going to start drinking? Is he going to start stealing stuff? I can honestly say over the last 3 years, were the hardest 3 years I had to go through. I don't drink beer. I don't smoke weed. I don't do any drugs right now. So y'all can think what y'all want. I'm not drugging, I'm thugging for Jesus Christ. And I'm the boss.